Welcome to the show and our wrap of round 7 action in the ANZ Championship that saw the Southern Steel withstand a late rally to down the Swifts by 5 points and thereby press for a place in the playoffs. Elsewhere, the Firebirds outlasted the erratic Fever. It was a weak pulse effort in Melbourne, undoing all the good work from the round before. The Tactics made it 2 from 2 over the Mystics, this time more convincing than the last. And the Magic's title hopes took a body blow when they fell to the Thunderbirds.
Oh, look, I think it was a fantastic game in netball. And, you know, one of the things we talked about at the end of the game was that we had a real definite game plan tonight, and I think for probably 55 minutes of it, we really stuck to it. And while we stuck to it, we really got the results that we were after. And our defensive pressure, I thought, was really good tonight.
Do you think that first quarter cost you so many opportunities not converted in the end, with it being so close?
Yeah, look, you know, every time you miss a goal in this competition, it becomes very difficult. But I actually think that's part of it, but I also think, you know, we threw 2 balls in from a backline throw and over a third, and then we had a couple of players that gave away some passes that they shouldn't have given. They were the ones that went away from the game plan stuff, and I think you put all that together, there's your game.
And the positive is they kept fighting back, and one chance in that last quarter, it could have been different.
Absolutely, and you know, you're leading 51-50, you've got a shot. I think we got to a shot, or we might have lost it earlier, but the fact we were up and we could have built that and put that pressure back on the home team and, you know, tried to keep building on that. Turns out they scored off ours and then they scored their centre pass and they got on a real roll.
They seemed to make quite a good job of slowing your game down a bit. Do you think that was the tactic of theirs?
I think towards the end, definitely. They knew they didn't really have to score, so it was more about, we'll just keep possession and run the clock down, and, you know, that's smart netball. There's, you know, nothing wrong with that, and I think it's about being smart in those situations and don't put yourself under extra pressure. It's about, I think, the girls believing in themselves and believing in the plans that we've got set and really following those through, and I think tonight was the closest we've done to that all year.
On paper, it's still a strong side, isn't it? Very competitive side.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're still, you know, in the sense of it, we've got 3 Australian players running, one in the defence, one in the mid-court and one under the post. But around that, we've got a number of players that may have been in the Swiss for a long period of time, but actually if you were to look at their caps, they don't have a lot of on-court experience. So last year we really started to breed that into those players, and I think we've taken more steps with a number of those players this year. I think, you know, Carla Dwocki was close to our best on court, but I think she's probably only got about 20 caps in 5 or 6 years. So, you know, there's been players around for a while, but they haven't necessarily had the court experience.
And the Steel picked up an ace card, obviously, on Fowler. There's accuracy and height. Just hard to shut down when you're that tall and can catch.
It makes a big difference, doesn't it? It's true, and it's, you know, obviously something I think all teams are going to have to look at as far as going forward. Does every team in the league end up with a shooter that tall, because that's pretty much where everything's going, which could be quite a bit of boring netball in the sense of things. And where are the tall defenders? Where are those nice tall goalkeepers that can then start matching those shooters, and then we get more of a contest out of it as well. So I think, you know, for the coaches and the people involved in the league, it's going to be really important to see how we balance some of this out.
At the risk of sounding bleeding obvious, next week's quite an important game for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got to start winning now and winning all the time.
Yeah, and, you know, the Vixens and us have a great history and rivalry, whether it's the Vixens and the Swiss or whether it's New South Wales and Victoria. And certainly Simone and myself have played against each other in many of those times, so this will be our first actual on-court as coaches rivalry, so really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to getting home and having a few games now at home, so we've got our crowd, because I think, you know, it does make a difference. But yeah, absolutely looking forward to playing the Vixens and you know, just what that'll bring out of both teams.
Oh, it's definitely one of those games that you just know you had to grind right from the first whistle right to the end, and we're just stoked that we got away with the win.
It certainly looked really rugged out there right from the first whistle, didn't it? Yeah. No one was giving an inch.
No, not at all. We always knew that it was going to be hard right from the first to the last, and I'm just glad as a team we were able to pull through.
It seemed that, you know, quite often when the Steel started a run, it was sparked by either yourself or Sue on the defensive end.
Yeah, I thought we probably took the glory intercepts from it, but it was definitely that hard work right throughout the court from Janelle right through to our feeders outside, our outside circle D.
I thought it was a huge step, Janine, after leading, to lose it in that last quarter and then get it back. That was a sign of the maturity of the team, do you think?
I think so, yeah. And the good thing is they didn't panic. I just knew, you know, I felt the real resolve in the team, and it's probably different than other wins we've had. They had to dig deep for this one because the pressure on them physically for the whole 60 minutes was huge, and that does take a toll. And I think, you know, they didn't drop their heads, they just kept working away at it, and, you know, that full court pressure resulted in some ball down in our defence end, which we needed. And I think the things that they were doing the whole game, we've read and we shut down, and that's credit to these guys on court.
I thought you slowed the game down when you wanted to. You think you had the control over the pace of the game?
I think particularly in the last part we did. And we were very careful with the ball apart from one little blip, but I think, the good thing was that we showed real resolve. I think we had a slow start and we took a little bit to get into it. We came back from 6 goals down and really plugged away and shut that first quarter out, and then after that I don't think there was any holding us back.
You'd have to be pleased with that first quarter with them creating those opportunities but not being able to get the points.
Yeah, definitely. We knew it was going to be a grind from the start, so we were just able to keep going, and luckily we got some ball off it in the end.
Astonishing shooting stats. Slightly lopsided, I'd say, favourably so, but it's bizarre, isn't it?
Look, I think, credit to Janelle for the volume of shots she's putting up and the intense pressure she comes under, and she just, she's a strong presence for us. And, while Jodie didn't put up near the number of shots she needs to as a goal attack, she played a huge role in the ball delivery and just creating space and options in the circle. And she's had a tough week and she's come through it really well, and I just think, you can look at all aspects of the game, and she stepped up in some other areas, and I think that's what we needed tonight.
I think I asked you last week whether you had a plan B if Janelle has a bad game. You haven't needed it so far, have you?
We haven't so far, but look, Jodie's still a quality shooter and she'll put the shots up if she needs to. She's been a bit of an injury cloud for us over the last wee while, so it's she came through really well tonight, and we knew that she was going to be targeted from a feeding perspective, and I think our loss rate was way down from what it has been, and I think that's credit to the attacking end. They were patient, they worked away at it, and then they put the ball in when they could see it open up for Janelle.
There was certainly a lot of pressure on that centre pass, wasn't there?
Oh, huge, and I said to them at quarter time, also, what's happening at the centre pass? And they just said, they're just too good. You guys need to be better. But they, I think it's a step up for this group as a team because they had different challenges. And, we beat these guys in pre-season, so we knew that we could do it. It was on home soil, and I think that's a real positive. Like you say, we plugged away at all sorts of things in the game today and came out on top, and that's huge for us.
First win over an Australian team since midway through 2011.
Yeah.
So, that's got to feel good from a franchise perspective.
Look, any win's great. We take them because they're really hard to come by.
Yeah. You've got 3 wins already. It's better than last season. You've only just a third of the way through.
Yeah, no, look, these guys just get better with more time together, and we're just working away at our processes, and that's a big thing for us. If we keep focused on that and keep doing those things, then everything will be fine.
And you've got confidence, obviously, in the squad. You're still making the odd change here or there when you need to.
Yeah, look, I'd love to have them all out there, but it's not appropriate to do that all of the time, and that's the challenge as a coach, to keep the ones who aren't getting court time motivated to want to get out there and ready to go if they're needed, if it's an injury or anything. But I think at this stage the girls are really pushing each other, and we need those people pushing for the people going on court to keep pushing themselves to get better too.
Is it more satisfying as a player to beat an Australian team? Do you think it's just an extra edge?
Yeah, there's always an extra edge, but with JB, anyone we can take in this competition is a good one.
And you're developing a really good combination with your partner in crime.
Yeah, definitely. It's come a long way since the beginning of the season. So we haven't quite got that perfect defensive game yet, but definitely happy with how it's coming along.
A lot of smiles tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It's always good when you're getting a bit of ball.
For someone so young, she's developing good vision, isn't she?
Oh, definitely. She is young, but she has a great vision for reading play and that. So it's always good, and we just need to make sure that we keep promoting that ball outside for her to attack.
Their win by the Steel elevates the Southern franchise to 5th with a point-scoring formula, the only thing keeping them from a semi-final spot. The Fever and Pulse both need more consistency to threaten those teams above, especially given they've played one more game. The Thunderbirds, also having played an extra game, keep them ahead of the Vixens, who look as good as anyone at the halfway stage of the round-robin competition.